Hello everybody, welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean and we're playing as the Seattle Mariners inside of MLB The Show 25, the entire 2025 season here on the channel. Videos posting at 6 p.m. Pacific time every day. Subscribe and ring the bell for more. Today we have our first road series of the season. We are in San Francisco for their home opener. Jordan Hicks is on the bump, 0-1 with a 10.80 ERA. Brian Wu is on the mound for us. He has no record but a 3.60 ERA. Let's jump in. Play next game. By the way, the Angels still have not lost, I don't think. Oh, they finally did. They finally lost. I think it was only because I simulated. And when I simulate, it does all. When I hit play next game, it does that. All right, we could do, yeah, road, navy blue's fine. Going Oracle. Show Network, Modern, Clear Skies, Brian Wu, everybody looking good, Julio. We have a long set here, so we're going to need to probably keep an eye on Luke Raley and Julio Rodriguez. For Luke Raley, we do have Shenton, who we can put over depending on the starting pitcher. For Julio, we don't have a great option, but Canzone might be able to get it done. And we'll just have to try and pitch to a little more grounder contact rather than a fly ball contact. So this is going to, we're finally going to see the first batter of the game be a left-handed or right-handed hitter. It's all been lefties as we get ready for the baseball here in San Francisco. Giants, Mariners coming up for you. I kind of forgot that it was it's their opening day. I just said it and then I forgot about it, and then there's no music because I turned it all down. So
it's the Seattle Mariners taking on the San
Hashtag
Francisco Giants. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next.
Home opener. Are we getting a kind of a weird thumbnail? Oh, it's like it's just straight up the Coca-Cola. We are getting, it's not weird, I guess, but wait for it. Bam.
Joined by my partner Chris Singleton.
I don't even think we're gonna get the. Did we get the game stories?
Special atmosphere
when did it turn into the Coca-Cola? Has it always been there, and I just have never paid attention? We play at best 3 games a series here, or 3 games a season here.
Would be electric, but after their team picked up a few road wins to kick off the year, I think the energy inside this stadium is going to be turned up an extra notch. So let's see if they can keep this good start going here at home.
And now,
and we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
San Francisco Giants.
Giants. It is
just about
Friday evening.
Showing the slab in today's game.
Friday night.
What's the scouting report on him?
Yeah,
thank you for joining me today.
It was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery. So you
so we're coming off a series loss against the Detroit Tigers. They were kind of a pain, and we struggled against their pitcher, or pitching. Well, we struggled against Skubal.
Way outside.
See what we can do here against this team. He is working with a sinker, a sweeper, a splitter, and a 4-seam. There are so many sweepers in the game. That's a bad swing. Real late on that. Might take a moment to get adjusted.
The other way.
Ooh, that's late too.
Just foul.
Gotta see that just a little bit quicker. Just a little bit. Commit to it a little bit more. Not great swings here to start us off. That's not great either. 1-2.
The 1-2.
There we go. There we go. Now, depending. Oh wow, Rob Refsnyder. And interesting. We didn't get the daily, the around the league stuff. Depending on how I uploaded the videos.
He swings and hits a fly ball.
Little bloop. Hey, there we go. There we go.
And a board on the leadoff
hitting is really easy.
I played a big chunk of
I can see already is
the Diamond Dynasty, which either went up yesterday or this morning, the day that this video posts. So you'll know that if you watch that, you'll know that I played a lot of games on Rookie, which is much slower than All-Star. So
hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Here's Donovan Solano. Pulls it down and he makes the
just too aggressive there. That pitch did not drop. And we take.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's
Solano batting under 500.
But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
Bit of an unfortunate situation there. We get a nice 7-pitch at bat. We are able to get to.
Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul.
Mercifully foul. And then almost 2 1-pitch at bats. Back to back. That's out.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1.
Okay, let's slow it down here. There we go. There's a couple of good takes right there. A couple of good runs.
At first, 1 gone. Lifted in the air, right field.
And that's just unfortunate. We're a little under it and a little bit late, so we don't get to drive it into the gap for a triple alley or whatever it is.
The catcher, Cal Raleigh. Raleigh, a former Gold Glove winner, batting in the cleanup spot, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2018.
That's okay. I'm all right with taking that.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
High fly ball down the left field line.
Damn.
Ramos on his way over, reaches for it, but it's foul.
Second time that we've been able to do that.
Just off the inside corner. And a count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next offering is downstairs.
There we go.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
On the ground,
darn
right
it.
Side. And that one handled to first. Out
okay.
3.
All right.
So 1 hit is all they get. And now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score.
Not my favorite start, but we've had worse.
In this one, Ryan Wu.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Bottom of the 1st. Leading off, Tyler Fitzgerald. At 96,
there we go. Good start for Wu here. So what we want to do is we want to really start to nail those. We want to get ahead in the counts here.
Swing.
There we go. Nice job with that slider.
Hard ground ball.
Man, and we just cannot. Oh, we are just having so much trouble staying out of trouble on that first batter of the day.
Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit, and a foul ball.
That was a bit of a. That pitch was a little too cute. They're going to call that a fair ball. I ran wrong with a Rosarina again.
He'll score easily.
Comes through with the RBI. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set.
I don't know what it is. Like, I don't think I have ever struggled this badly.
Line drive. Automatic double now as it hops the wall and foul ground.
I don't think I've ever struggled this badly with a fielder before.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Just missed.
1-1.
And that's in for a strike.
We just continue to run incorrect paths with him.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He's having a hard time.
Finally an out.
Got him looking. That's a strike.
I said we got up to a good start because we were able to throw one fucking strike to get ahead in the count, and then immediately gave up a bunch of hits.
Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And it's caught for the out.
Okay, no one was on second. All right. It's a nice play by Rayleigh.
It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Tosses
Okay,
to first. That ends
so
the inning and
not a good
stops
start.
things from getting out of hand.
Fudge and fudge. 3 hits.
We head to the second from
Bunch
San
of doubles. We
Francisco.
run poorly
It's
with
the
Rose
Giants
Arena
2
again
and the
for whatever
Mariners
reason. I
nothing.
think I'm just not reading the ball correctly, trying to cut it
Back
off.
here at Oracle Park.
It just kind of
Second inning,
slips
same to
up
go.
the.
And now for
I can't
Seattle,
believe that was a
Luke
strike or a fair ball.
Hicks back to work. Yeah, that's fouled off. What about
Leaving
playing
stuff up
another
there for us to
position
hit,
on
but we're not
defense, one that would
not making
require a little
contact
more
enough.
range?
Absolutely, and
Ugh.
I think if push came to shove where they had to make a
Fucking
move
God.
during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Ball one there.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any
Okay.
hope.
Okay.
Just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Now it's Randy Arozarena.
All right, let's see if we can do something here.
And a pitch
Good
is
take.
outside, ball one.
We're only down 2. Obviously, we have a ton of time to work with. It's an unfortunate start, but we're good.
Swing and a ball
We
lifted in
just
the air.
keep hitting it at Yastrzemski.
Yastrzemski hauls it in.
We're late
And
on
there's
this
one away.
sinker. We need to be a little bit faster. We'll just read it a little bit better.
Now it's the Mariners DH,
Batting
Austin
seventh, the
Shenton.
designated hitter, Austin Shenton.
And there's a ball.
The difference between that sweeper at 83 and the sinker at 97 makes that sinker come in just a little bit quicker. Fucking
Swing and a
God.
ball lifted to center field. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Swing and a miss.
Too aggressive.
0-1.
Too aggressive.
No balls. One
Sure, we're too early on that. Oh, good timing on it.
To the right side, and that chance handled, and that is the inning. No runs,
We're
1
fine.
hit, no errors, and a man left. Now to the bottom
We get a
of the
good piece of
second.
contact
It's
with
the
Rayleigh.
Giants 2
I can
and the
barely
Mariners
apparently talk
nothing.
at this fucking point. It's infuriating.
And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
the
Here comes
Giants.
Mike Yastrzemski
Right
to the
fielder,
plate.
Mike
Mike Yastrzemski, originally drafted by the Orioles, 14th round out of Vanderbilt in 2013. The Giants got him in March of
Oh
2019.
my
San Francisco's
God.
really where
Woo.
he got a shot to play.
Seriously.
He wasn't very sharp in the
What?
first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious where
Okay.
adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's
Neither of those
location,
pitches were
sometimes
good.
being too
We're going to look at
predictable.
that, and it's just that's a
Sometimes you're
sinker
picking your
dead,
pitches. He's going to need to figure it out
dead
quickly.
center. Fuck.
Herrera and Encarnacion.
Come on, we gotta
batting
get
with
you-
one down, takes
Got to
a
get
strike.
into a bit of a groove here.
foul ball, he stays alive.
That one really leaked over the plate.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Hit on the ground to the right side.
Way.
It goes
No
just
way.
foul.
Fuck off.
1 out, base is empty. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes.
It's a little
Came
frustrating.
inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
That clips the corner.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
There we go.
Him out.
That still wasn't really where I wanted it, but
They're
it's
up
fine.
2-0.
There they come, zooming in. That's me.
Back here at the ballpark,
Leading off for
coming
Seattle,
off a
shortstop.
tough series
Yikes.
offensively.
Yikes,
To look at those
yikes,
numbers.
yikes. 2 runs a game. Ugh. Yeah, that nine run opener really skewing the stats. All right, still down 2.
Tap foul
Too
at the
aggressive
plate.
there on that. That's his sinker has been inconsistent, and I've had trouble.
The pitch. Ground ball right side. And foul ball.
It feels like when I'm committing to it a little bit lower in the zone, it's up. When it's up, or I'm trying to give it a little more height to it, that's when it dips down.
Good eye right
Okay.
there.
Hey, couple good takes right there. Even nice count up at 2-2.
On the ground at
Darn.
first. Wait. And he takes it
We were a
himself for
little
the
early
out.
on the splitter.
Now batting.
Didn't recognize that very well at all.
And now it's Victor Robles up to hit. He's 1 for 1. Led off the game with a single. Pitches in
God
there.
dang.
And it's 0-1.
Well, the key to his
Oof,
success
that's what we call a mistake pitch right
He
there.
cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
That
Huh?
one ripped. Reaching, try, but can't bring it in.
Thought he got to it. We just need a little bloop and a blast. There's the bloop.
So a man at first. Now the number 2 hitter, Donovan Solano. That's in there.
I gave up on that pitch way too early.
Robles.
We actually
leads
weren't
off
looking
first
in
with
too
one
bad of
away.
a spot there.
Misses
That's
the
a good-
zone for a ball.
good
That
pitch
was
to
the
give up on.
sweeper.
Lay off on it.
And that's through there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now
Take a-
before the
take a
1-2,
time. Step out.
Time is called at home plate. Swing and a ground ball
That is.
to Adames. That's 1. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. And that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Giants 2 and the Mariners.
Man, 3 hits and
For
just
the bottom of
they're
the
all
third.
singles.
Now it's the Giants
We've been able to
leadoff
do
hitter,
at least
Tyler Fitzgerald
we've been able to pretend that we can maybe do something.
delivers a pitch in for a strike at
Just
95.
a frustrating. That's how we've had to play with these.
Now one missed.
What's a good pitch there?
ball,
Really
one
had some run and finished. a little
Fucking
up and in,
God, that's a
just
strike.
On the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken as you jog back to the dugout.
It's been a problem through the first week plus of this season so far of just not being able to hit in a consistent manner.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
We're doing okay when we're getting home runs, but we're not getting home runs every single hit because that's an absurd thing to think that you would even potentially be able to do. But we're having so much trouble getting timely hitting. You go back to that game where Julio was like 3 for 4 with 3 doubles. We just don't have. We're not getting extra base hits when we need it.
You look at the fact that he wears number 51. Not a shocker, but his favorite player growing up, Ichiro Suzuki. And that's outside.
So frustrating. Like, here's a single, and we're having to play station to station because we're just getting little bloop shots.
He was actually drafted as a shortstop, now an outfielder, but he grew up right-handed, and his dad was the one that made him switch hit.
Damn it. That circle change did not go where I wanted it to go.
Lee's dad, Jung Bum Lee, he was a legend over in both the KBO and in Japan. These two are the only father-son combo to have played in the World Baseball Classic. That's kind of cool.
That's wild. Thank you. That's a much better circle change right there. And we've been able to settle down with him a little bit. We had the 3 hits in the first inning, and we have been able to hold them hitless since.
Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
And that is cut on and missed.
That sinker just
0-2.
Good
drifting inside.
That fastball out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Hit on the ground to short. Crawford.
Okay, hey, couple of good innings right there. Let's go offense. Come on. Rodriguez, Raleigh, Rayleigh. Here we go.
Back here in San Francisco, out of the 4th, and now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Foul ball there.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order 2nd time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
And that one hammered. Did one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases.
We'll go double. No problem.
Easily with a leadoff double.
There we go, Julio.
Everything came together.
Julio was kind of a key, even though we ended up losing kind of big, but he at least helped us get the game a little bit tighter. Hit that solo home run to make it 2-1.
It's out of here easily, but there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Does he have a good arm out there in right? I guess that's something I should be paying more attention to.
Runner in scoring position, no outs.
Accuracy's not great. Strength is okay.
Out his first time.
Jung-Hoo Lee probably don't want to run on. Okay. We were just late on it, but that's fine. That's fine.
That's strike 1.
It's 0-1.
We're good.
Runner at second, nobody out. And it's even
1-1.
That's inside.
That's inside. Here we go. 2-1. Let's go.
And that is out of play.
A little early on that. Probably not just a little. That's fine. A little late. I was indecisive on what kind of swing I wanted to go for there. Tied me up with the sweeper. That's okay. It's only 1 out. That's fine. That's fine.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
And here is Luke Raley. That's out to center field. Lee settles under it.
Nah, we don't want to run on him.
Into the glove, and there's 2 down.
Damn.
Now the left fielder, Randy Arozarena, flied to right his first time. Swings through that one
Into
for
the
strike one.
splitter. Darn it.
Runner at
Slowed it
second,
down.
2 down. Now 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Inexcusable that we're swinging to this shit. Fuck. Get it together. God damn. That's a bad swing, too.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Man on second, 2 down. That one is
Go,
absolutely
baby.
belted.
Go, ball, go. Go, ball, go.
Back there.
Go, go, go.
And that one
Let's
is
go.
gone into the bleachers.
Let's go, Rosarina. Way to make up for the fact that I can't run with you in the outfield.
Third home run of the
Fuck
season,
yes.
and it ties it up. It's 2-2.
This game is breathing.
That was a
new
contact
life thanks
swing.
to that
Perfect,
home
perfect,
run,
baby.
and that's exactly what they needed.
Okay. Squared up at 2. Let's go.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it. And
Okay,
got all
2 out damage. That's
So
huge.
it's all tied up thanks to the home run. At the plate, Austin Shenton.
And that is a really bad follow-up. It's good loud contact, but that's not what you want.
And that's
Not
the
what
third
you
out.
want.
But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. 2-2 game. Major League Baseball
Okay.
is on
Hey, I'll take
the
it.
show.
I'll take it. Actually, going to take a quick 4th inning stretch for myself here. Be back in just a moment with more MLB The Show right after this. And with that, we're back. Ready to roll. Okay. So,
Ramos.
Gleekin, what's
5
happening over
feet,
here?
11 inches,
Spit all over everything. You got
190
Grosso.
pounds, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. There's the strike.
Oh, come on. Woo. Where is that? Gotta get that down, man. Or up and out. Oh, good God.
Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. And they have their first hit since the first
Okay.
inning.
Just so sound.
That,
his mechanics hits against the
that
firm
slider
front side,
was
and the
bad.
hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Adames, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. In the dirt. Throw to second, not in time.
Yeah,
He's
bad
there
pitch.
easily.
The circle change I really seem to struggle with when there are runners on.
Play possibility. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Well, these Giants doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And
Oh,
I'm seeing
that was-
very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able
There
to
we
push a
go.
couple
Hey,
runs
nice
across the
pitch.
score as well.
Right on the inside.
Looked in.
Rob Refsnyder's going to the
Picks up his
Mets.
sixth
Interesting.
strikeout of the ball
We
game.
didn't get those
I don't know
the
about
news
you
and
guys,
notes.
But that felt like a weird at bat right there.
That was a
Didn't
weird
get
at bat.
much to hit till the final pitch, and he still got the backwards K.
Yeah, not a single pitch was actually inside the strike zone, but he was being very aggressive in the box and fell behind in the count. Then they finally do challenge him, and he couldn't get the bat off his shoulder. Kind of a strange strikeout for sure, Boog.
Chappie steps to the dish to take his cuts. Chapman gets a piece there.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board.
91
the
strength and
ripple
90
effect of that
strength.
high pitch
Rosarina
count
has the
might set
worst
him up to do
strength.
more damage later in this
Okay,
game.
that's fine.
Man at second.
Kind of overcorrected there. A little bummed that was.
If you aim at the outside,
Strike 3, and that's
Okay.
2 in a row.
Okay.
most guys are very
That's
aggressive
good.
when they
That's
see the
good.
stakes out there on the base paths.
Give up the
And
hit,
you can
the runner
understand why he
advances
wasn't ready
on-
to swing the bat. You've got to be ready to swing the bat in a situation like that
good.
with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
So
These are
go-ahead
the
run
slow
in
burn
scoring
innings that
position.
kind of kill us
Now
at
it's the right
times.
fielder, Mike Yastrzemski.
God dang
First
it.
offering and it
Just not
misses.
consistent on that. Once we get to this bottom part and start to go around the other way, ugh, she's not. Not nailing it the way that I need to. Oh my God.
Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Real lucky on that one.
Just off the
Tried to get him to go.
2 and 2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Trying to throw something different up there. That sweeper.
That one misses. And it
Just missed.
That's a really good
Just missed. And we got the win. Come on. Stay in. Stay in. Okay.
Squeezes it, and that will end the inning. One left for San Francisco. Score remains 2-2.
So we give up the hit. They advance to second on the, I don't know, wild pitch is the right term or what, but.
Welcome back.
Other than that, we're okay. We have pitched. We've thrown 7 strikeouts somehow, which seems weird. See if we actually have Jordan Hicks continue on here. It is indeed Jordan Hicks. The only reason I ask that is the energy getting a little low.
To work. Close but called a ball. And that is ball 1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Tristan Beck appears to be getting loose. Rodriguez warming up as well. Next offer, he's in for a strike.
These sinkers, so inconsistent.
Good eye on that spot.
That's the ball.
Just
That's a
missed.
big,
It's really tightening up
big
his
take
hitting
right
zone
there.
with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swing and a high fly
Go.
ball, well struck.
Go.
That's
Go
back
ball go.
there.
Go ball go. Jorge Polanco, let's go. Man, it is home runs or bust for us, isn't it?
His second of the year, and it gives him the lead in the 5th. It's 3-2.
Those are the at-bats that leave pitchers exhausted. He had to throw a lot of pitches and still gave up the long ball. That's a bad combo.
Second time that we've been able to do that, obviously go yard here, but they were both longer at bats. We get the perfect.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
That sinker just stayed. He threw the splitter.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout.
Yeah, I think he left the. I thought he left the batter in, or the pitcher in one bat too long.
And he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound.
He actually pitched just fine. We were only able to get a hold of. We were really only able to get a hold of 2 of them. A lot of the other stuff was like, I guess maybe 3 if you include the double from Rodriguez.
Take over here.
Number
Just trying to
43.
keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So does Chevrolet have?
J.P. Crawford, the next to
They have
hit. He's
2
over 1.
advertising spots. I did Detroit and San Francisco, or is it just San Francisco?
Fought off
Remember
foul.
the 12-6 curve there.
Always
All right, what are we looking at?
exciting to see a leadoff home run in the
95
game. Kinda gets the offense fired up,
to a
and you start to
4-seam,
expect
a
it to
95,
begin.
4-seam at 95, a 12-6 curve at 82, a sweeper at 84, and a slider at 88.
Ball. 1-1.
Okay.
There's a strike.
1-2.
To the right side. Oh,
Ooh, couldn't get through.
And they get the out.
Damn, second baseman have robbed me a couple of times. Gleyber Torres had the one.
Time to get to his feet,
Damn.
but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
Back to the top of the Seattle order. Here's Victor Robles. There's his
Too aggressive. Slow down.
0-1.
Slow down. Robles 2 for 2, each of them singles.
That misses
That's
the
the
zone,
ball.
Take inside.
And the count is 1-1. One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're at the top of the 5th. Way out front for strike 2.
1-2.
Shit.
Count.
All the way down at 80. Ugh.
This one
Then
popped
rocketed
off
it back
down
up to
around
95.
first base side.
And that is the difference.
Makes
That
the grab,
is
and there's
just
2 down.
misery in the rocking chair. Late,
Now batting
early,
third
late.
baseman,
Oh, God.
Donovan Solano.
2 down,
Ruining my
bases
life.
empty. Donovan Solano will hit
Solano's
next.
coming back down to earth a little bit.
Swing and a ball popped in the
Huh?
air. Fair
There we go.
ball.
Kind of a nice job there by Yastrzemski out in right to make sure that that did not go over the fence for a weird, kind of cheesy automatic double.
So up next, Julio Rodriguez. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second.
This is
Now
what I'm
2
talking about.
on
We're having
with 2
trouble getting
outs.
some good power behind the swings
And next will be the cleanup hitter.
to try and drive. I mean, I probably don't need Solano this high in the lineup.
And he hits a ground ball right side.
Ooh, that's killer. That's an
Throws to
absolute
first
killer.
in time.
We went with the 12-6 curve at the right time. I was a little auto swingy.
The Mariners
Polanco
pick up
gives
a
us the
run
lead,
thanks
which
to
is
this
huge.
solo homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game.
That
Back
sucks,
after
though.
this on the show.
That's been a huge problem, though. That's a combination of the two big problems. It's taken us too long at times in innings. Granted, we had the leadoff home run. It's taken us too long at times to get things going, and when we do, there's just no margin for error. Or, even if you look at the Julio single or the Julio double, then we do nothing with it, and we do 2-out damage. There just is such a level of inconsistency that can be so frustrating. It's not like we're able to move them over, or tag up, or sacrifice or anything. It's just here's just a pop out,
Different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing.
and then hey, here's two
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field.
here's two decent looking
Makes the
singles,
catch for the out.
full bloop shots, whatever. And then here's
Here's the catcher
just
to
some
hit,
weak
Patrick
contact
Bailey.
that's an
0 for
easy
1,
third
he
out.
struck out swinging last time. Close,
No,
but
that
called a
missed, that's the
ball.
ball.
And that's ball
I don't
1.
love where that pitch is located. We are going to probably need to get
Next offering is fouled back.
the bullpen going. We're about to hit the third time through the lineup. Let's take a look at where we are in that lineup. Couple of lefties. Are our lefties good? Sacedo, not really. You can warm up Spire and Santos, sure.
The M's leading by a run. Last half of inning number 5.
Uh-oh.
That one fouled
Jeez
off.
Louise.
Here's a 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Fucking fuck. Woo. Put it on the corner. God damn.
One down, base is empty. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Patrick Bailey, a real tough out here.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. A Rosarena.
Not a
Falls
great
in,
jump on
and
it,
there's
but
2
Randy
away.
gets there.
Tyler Fitzgerald, the next Giant to hit. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Out to short. Crawford on the run, sends it over to first.
Wasn't going to be able to do anything with that. A little surprised that was Crawford's ball.
For that infield single. Joe Hooley, the next Giant to hit. 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Runner takes off. Strike in there. Throws.
No way! I don't think we've gotten a steal yet.
Fitzgerald at second with 2.
That is so frustrating.
And a foul ball. Just misses the
trying to
mark
get him.
outside the zone.
Trying to get him to swing.
In the dirt, blocked. And an
Granted,
excellent
98
job
speed's going to be
keeping
really
right there.
difficult to get, but... Oh, it's so frustrating.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. But safe at first.
I'll take
despite
it.
a
That saves a
terrific
run.
stab there.
It saves a run. We're fine. We are fine.
Diving stop at short, which was outstanding. And how can you not love the hustle flying down the line? That's just great baseball at an extremely high level.
On the ground to third. Fair ball. The tying run is in to score from third. And it's an RBI single. It's 3-3.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Digging in, Elliot Ramos. He's got it, and that ends the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. We're tied now with 3 apiece.
There it is, just right up the third base line. No real shot at it. I still like the dive by J.P. Crawford. I think it's best case scenario is, you know, we at least put away, we slow down the offense.
Check out the latest news
Ramon Marquez records 1,000th career strikeout. Bryce Terang steals 3 bases and wins red, and Delgado struggles striking out at his MLB debut.
And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center.
Terrible swing.
Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
You get the lead and give it right back. Granted, it's still tie game, so not that. I guess maybe giving the lead away isn't the worst thing.
He's already homered in this game. And there's a foul ball.
That was a pitch we should have crushed.
And we're the top half of the 6th. In for a strike, and it's 0-2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Tyler Rogers getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. Rodriguez
fucking
cranked up as well.
Really did not anticipate a 3 straight fastballs.
That's a case of overthinking right there. Got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Now at the plate, Austin Shenton. Wade. He takes it
And
himself
that was
to the
real
bag,
quick.
and
Okay.
that'll do it.
Good
3 up, 3
God.
down that time. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7
Fucking
slots do
bullshit,
all tied
man.
up at 3 apiece.
Fuck, dude.
Bottom of the 6.
We just
Now
have
it's the
such an
shortstop,
inability to
Willie
make
Adames.
quick innings defensively, but we give them the quickest innings offensively so consistently.
Sliced hard but foul.
Probably should take Wu out here. A lot of swings. A lot of swings and
Here's the
contact.
pitch to Adames. Fights
God
that one away,
damn it.
count remains
Throw the
0-2.
fucking ball out of the zone. That is. You saw where I set that up.
Swings and misses on the fastball up
Fuck.
in the zone for the
That is
strikeout.
irritating.
Beat him inside on that
I
last
pushed
pitch.
that so far out of the zone, and it was like, oh, you like a dot now? No.
In,
Motherfucker.
And then back in again. Really commanded both sides of the plate right there, and that makes it pretty tough to get comfortable in the box.
Matt Chapman up to the plate now. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Chapman gets a piece there. Just missed.
Okay, that's fine. That did not. I thought that was going to be a much worse pitch. But we're fine. We're fine.
Fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Mike Yastrzemski.
So this goes what? Left, right, switch. Let's go ahead and bring in. Let's go ahead and bring in Spire.
Up here. And here comes the Mariners.
Kind of gambled a little unnecessarily there. Perhaps a little foolishly.
It's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm.
So he'll go with another no decision here. Gives up 3. So I'd imagine that ERA goes up just a little bit. Not the biggest deal in the world.
Game with the bases empty.
All right. Just try to give them something different to look at, someone different to look at.
Right through there for a strike. 2 out, space is empty. And that one finds its way through.
It's a little frustrating. I don't think that sinker was where I wanted it. Oh, absolutely not.
And that one clips the corner. Hitting the air out to center field. Rodriguez grabs it on the
nicely
run.
done.
That situation navigated to perfection by the
I don't know if I would say perfection, but
6 full.
both teams looking
All
very
tied up
even.
at
3 runs, 8
apiece.
hits, no errors. Our defense has been at least a little better here. We've erased some of the errors. We're still having some trouble in left field. I don't know what that is exactly, but now we have to deal with Taylor Rogers.
He's making his
Tyler
4th
Rogers.
appearance of the season.
71. Tyler Rogers.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Jorge Polanco. He's already homered here in this one.
Well, both sides equally as strong.
And a sinker at 85, slider at 77, and a four-seam at 85. We have to slow down.
Drops in for a strike.
And of course he goes with his slowest pitch at
6 feet 3
76.
inches, 180 pounds, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2013.
Yeah,
And
nicely
that's a
done.
base
Just
hit.
poke it into right
And the
or left
go-ahead run
field.
is on base.
We're going to kind of have to just survive here against Rogers.
Nice
Considering
job
that he
driving
has that
pitch the other way on a line. You know,
tunnel
hitters,
that
they
had
take so many reps in the cages, working
submarine
on going to the
delivery.
opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Next to hit, J.P. Crawford. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. That's towards center.
That'll be an out.
Lee gets under it,
A little under it.
and there's one down. And now Victor
batting,
Robles.
Right fielder, Victor Robles.
A swing and a miss,
that
and
slide
that's
is
strike
wrong.
one.
It was the pitch I was anticipating. I just didn't
To
slow
what you
down
think you
enough.
see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite.
Ooh,
at the
that's a
end.
double
To
play.
Adames, that's
Fudge.
one, and that's two.
We were late on it.
Pitcher made the pitch, and his players made the play behind him.
Damn.
Nice job. 4-6
Damn, that's bad.
Inning-ending double play.
We are slicing so many pieces of contact right toward defenders.
Welcome back. Taking
Leading
a look at
off
our game
for the
summary.
Giants, catcher Patrick Bailey.
Okay. So look at the game summary. So we have the lefty up.
And that one clips the corner.
Well, these Giants doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They've done a great job finding holes in the defense. Exactly half of their hits have come off the bat in less than 90 miles per hour. So the ball isn't exactly jumping off the lumber, but they're finding a way to make it work.
There we go. Nice one. Nicely done. We'll have a couple of righties, but there are two lefties in case we give up a piece of contact. Or a hit, I should say.
Bears down, throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
Fitzgerald.
Now it's the second baseman, Tyler Fitzgerald. Right through there for a strike. All tied up here at the bottom of the seventh. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Swings and misses.
All three of them. All three of them right in that low outside, or that low away corner. One,
coming out of the same tunnel.
two,
That was a great job of
three.
using the changeup to upset the timing and get him out front after coming at him with hard stuff with the first 2 pitches of the at-bat.
And up next for the Giants, Jung-Hoo Lee. And that's ripped into left, base hit. So it's
Okay.
a knock keeps the inning alive.
Okay, so this is why we have the lefty in still. We have a righty up, ready to roll.
Get away from you awfully quickly.
Here's Lamont Wade Jr. Just missed.
Damn.
If you're a base runner, you
Slider
gotta
didn't
stay
really
dialed
slide
in
the way
here.
that I
Look
wanted
for
it to.
anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Julio with a great jump on it, and that'll do it. Okay.
Rodriguez
All
makes
right.
the grab.
There we go.
And the inning is over.
Hey, that's what we were looking for, or prepared for at least. It's a possibility. We give up a piece of contact. Then we have some lefties. We're good. We're all set.
Back here in San Francisco. Now the third base.
Now, we do want to go in and take a look at our bullpen. It's 3 straight righties, so we can go ahead and schedule Santos for the bottom of the 8th, and I think we try to warm up. So we'll sit down Munoz for right now, but we'll warm up Brash just in
Donovan
case.
Solano. Rogers back to work. There's a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. That's the third.
Darn,
Chapman.
that's just not going to do anything.
Whips
Thought
it
I was a
across.
little lower there with the
First out
PCI. I
to
don't
the
think it
top of
really
the
would have mattered, but
Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners.
Julio's 2 for 3 today.
A little out
And we
front
got to
there as
slow
he
down.
swings
There's
through
just
it.
nothing.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 8th.
This is the exact type of pitcher where we just need to look at a lot of them.
Swings and misses. And the count is
Damn.
0-2.
Step out.
0-2.
And
I
time called at the
fucking
plate. Maybe trying
hate
to slow things down here in
his
the crucial
submarine
spot.
bullshit. I hate it. It is so difficult to see.
Tapped softly on the ground. Whips it to first on the run. In time.
Fuck off.
Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a
Let's
drive. This
go.
one is
Let's fucking
down
go.
the side. And here in the late stages, they have the lead.
Fuck.
Just like that, they move in front. It's 4-3.
God.
That's their third
He
home
just
run of
left
the
it up a
game.
little bit.
They're
It was a
having lot
terrible
of fun
swing with
at the plate in
Julio.
this one. They've got the long ball working
And
for
we got
them
this.
on
It's the
autopilot.
third home run we've hit. It's just not. This is why, like, some of the games look so ugly. Like that last game against Detroit, we were like, good God, like, you're doing fucking nothing. Curious if that was a splash hit. I don't think it was. But.
A slider right down the middle of the plate. It's like slow motion for a hitter.
And Raleigh does not have a very
Looking at
good
chops, waiting for
average.
it to arrive, and
We
you
get a look
wanna
at
get
a
it long way,
splash
and
hit?
He did.
I would say no.
And up next for Seattle, Luke Raley, 1 for 3. That one pushed
Ooh, that was
foul
another
on a play off
slider.
to the left.
It's too late.
Well, on the mound, this is a spot where he's got to treat this as a clean inning. Forget about the home run. Forget about now being behind on the scoreboard. Start fresh and get those hitters back up to the plate as quickly as possible.
Boy. Step out. Step out.
Camilo Doval up and loosening in the pen. Rodriguez also throwing.
Also, shout out to those people. They're like right behind me. Step out. There were
There
people behind glass, behind the wall, like cheering.
And spit on anything that's down.
And that's ruled a swing.
Okay, what
It's
an
a
absolute disaster. Fucking
One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 4-3
so difficult
ball
to
game.
see.
You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
But we get the no doubt home run. We have Santos ready to roll. We have Brash warmed up, and then we'd have Munoz for a save. We will bring Santos in. He's 1-0 with a 3.38 ERA so far this season in 4 games. 5.1 innings pitched. A single hold. Pretty okay looking batting averages. About 40 points separate lefties from righties.
Left fielder Elliot Ramos.
Left fielder Elliot Ramos.
In there at the
There
knees
we
for
go.
a strike. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Looking to get the tying run on base. Got him.
That is what I've been looking for all game long. Not even really the swing and miss. Like, obviously, that's what we're looking for is swings and misses, dahoy, with the pitching side. But just Santos put that slider out of the zone where I wanted it.
Run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Willie Adames stands in. First pitch doesn't find the
That's fine.
zone. And Willie fouls one back. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th
Oh
inning.
boy, too slow.
Next offering down in the dirt.
What do you mean too fast?
Right side.
I honestly did not even care if that was a piece of contact. I was just trying to figure out the rhythm of that. It's at 17% too fast. That felt super slow.
Matt
Whatever.
Chapman.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And a swing and a miss.
0 balls, 1 strike.
That pitch gets the inside corner. And it's 0-2.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
Nicely done, Polanco.
First,
Okay, here we go. Final inning.
No hits, no errors. 9th inning coming up.
Santos
It's the
comes in,
Mariners
does
4
work.
and
Good
the
stuff.
Giants 3.
Like, we're in kind of a weird spot where we might see a lefty, maybe 2. Not 100% sure, though.
We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the
Now
mound.
pitching for the
Camilo
Giants.
Doval.
Pretty tight
Number
game, so they're looking for
75.
quality pitches out of him right here.
Camilo
Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well,
Leading
1-run
off for
game.
Seattle.
And now for
Left fielder,
Seattle.
Randy
Randy Arozarena.
Went down looking on
Slider,
3
cutter,
pitches
and a
last
sinker.
time.
That cutter's
Let's
at
see if he can be a little
102.
more aggressive
Slider
out
at
here.
91. Sinker 97.
Foul ball.
Boy, oh boy.
Doval, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a cutter, and he works in a sinker.
There's just
Outside
no
with a
way that
breaking
was
ball.
good timing.
Activity in the bullpen.
It was super late. It was the latest
Getting
possible
ready to come in for
timing.
Bob Melvin.
Look at the people behind my
Also getting
camera.
ready.
What kind of a game, like, what kind of experience is that? You just stare at a green wall, and then when they put up the pictures,
Swing and a miss.
slider way
Now
down.
1-2.
Clearly was sitting on a
1-2 the
fastball
count.
right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Ball.
The next offering misses. And the count's even at 2.
Manager finally gets the bullpen going, then you get to see some action.
Swings.
Damn, that slider
Just a
is
great
just
slider
so
right
slow
there.
compared
I
to the
think
cutter.
Key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike.
Oh my God.
Got him.
No, I like his intent there to be aggressive with the slider and make sure he got it inside, but he just yanked it across his body. A little too much horizontal rotation with the upper body instead of north-south.
Polanco.
That was going to be a take regardless because we need to get our closer warmed up and scheduled into the game, and I was worried that we would hit into a double play, which I mean still possible, but
and that one gets past the catcher.
This is going to be tough. It's going to be there. Okay.
Way too late, safe there.
That was even that was a very delayed decision on my part. So.
Double play possibility.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound.
Hold on. Do we? Oh, I guess he's DHing. Yeah, let's pinch run Ryan Bliss. See if we can get something. We might be able to send him. The difference is so Ramos 73 and Yastrzemski 74 strength. Yastrzemski has 58 accuracy and Ramos 70. I think if it as long as it's
swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field.
Don't tag up. Don't tag up. Don't tag up. Probably could have made it. I was going to say, as long as it's not Jung-Hoo Lee, we could try and run.
Shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. That one almost got strikes. Fouled off. He was late.
Real late.
2 outs. On the ground right side. Fitzgerald. In plenty of time to first. And that is
darn.
So no
I like the choice, though. I like, you know, hey, we're thinking about it at least a little, like trying to be at least a step ahead. Not the biggest, you know, not a win, obviously, but.
And the Giants 3.
Probably should be making that just a step sooner.
Now, and on the mound, a closer.
Yeah, we should be.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest.
Shenton is fine DH wise. I might want to switch that depending on the pitcher. I think the game kind of does that anyway. I should go into the lineup specifically and go like, here's who I would want, you know, and when I would want them, because it's like verse righty, verse lefty.
Well, that's really the money.
But if we're using like the backup catcher, might be kind of helpful.
That's what you'd love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
But he is a lefty. That is helpful.
1-run game, bottom 9.
Okay, so we got Yastrzemski.
One away.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax.
I hit L1 on accident and it threw me off.
Encarnacion in the box, lays off for ball 1. Swing,
I don't ever have that problem with the Xbox controller, but
and that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And there's
the White Sox beat the Tigers?
2-2. In the air, left side. And that'll fall for a base hit. And the tying run is on base. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more
comfortable
he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Bailey in the box now, takes strike 1. Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's one.
Game. Mariners win. Let's go. That is such a... We have not turned a lot of double plays. That is one of a very small number of double plays we've actually been able to turn. But hey, that's good stuff. We're able to bounce back. We have done a good job. We've only won 2 games in a row. Like, it's been kind of, it's alternated otherwise. But with the exception of the 2 games we won against the Athletics, it's been win-loss, win-loss. We've done a good job in the few times that we've lost, bouncing back. That's been a positive. And we've done a good job to make sure that we're not, letting that bad start. We haven't had great starts at times. Detroit was a real challenge for us because of all the lefties at the top of the lineup. This team was a challenge because they got out to a really hot start against us. We were able to make a comeback. We had 3 home runs for our 4 runs. I'd like to see that come down a little bit. We got the double with Julio, and then we had 2 pretty bad outs. But if we could just try to drive in a little bit more consistently, that'd be fantastic. But we get a win, and that's what's important. Jorge Polanco is 2 for 4 with a home run. That was it. It's a solo shot. Gabe Speier gets the win. 1.1 innings pitched. He gave up 2 hits, struck out 2, no runs, no walks. Tyler Rogers, my apologies. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks, 1 earned in the loss. He was the correct choice from the bullpen. Hopefully we don't have to see a ton of him throughout this series, but I would not be surprised if we see him a couple more times because he did give us some trouble. With the exception of the home run, we didn't do anything against him. So, Jung-Hoo Lee was 3 for 4 with a double. He knocked in and scored a run. Lamont Wade knocked in a couple on a 2 for 4 day with a... 2 for 4 day with a double. Taylor, goodness gracious. Tyler Fitzgerald 2 for 4. He scored twice, and Yastrzemski was 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Like I said, Polanco, he was 2 for 4. Raleigh was 1 for 4 with a solo shot, and Rosarito was 1 for 4 with a 2-run blast, and Rodriguez 2 for 4, double and a run. So that will do it. Mariners get a victory. We bounce back from the loss against... Ooh, we got the Cornerstone Evolution Player Choice Pack. Whoa, look out. We are able to bounce back from a 7-1 loss, a pretty deflating loss. If I'm being honest, that Detroit series was not good for us, but we get our first road game of the season, or first road win of the season. It was our first road game of the season. My goodness, I am falling apart here at the end. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Ever since I've been trying to do this outro, and it's just, I felt like I have been flubbing everything all at once. 4-3, your final. We improved to 5-3. We dropped the Giants to 4-3. Both teams with only a couple losses. I guess we had 3 losses coming in. Just be done with the video. Good bounce back victory for us. We'll have more coverage for you throughout the weekend. Every day, 6 p.m. Pacific time right here on the channel. Subscribe right over here where the gameplay is. Actually, we should open, not unlock. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop talking every once in a while. I didn't want to do that. Now I don't even know how this works. My inventory, thank you. My packs, Cornerstone Evolution. First inning XP path. Okay, we already own... I don't know who we would really want. Oh. I guess we own... that. Then. Oh, because they're all no sell. Okay, yeah, just grab them. There we go. Not that exciting, but... Okay. There you have it. I forgot how unexciting those packs were. And it was the least exciting version of the... not super exciting, because I already had the other 2 players. Well, I wonder if I can turn those in for a collection. It doesn't matter. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Subscribe over here where the gameplay is. Ring the bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. More baseball posting right here. This morning's video up there. We'll see you tomorrow as the Mariners take on the Giants for game number 2. It'll be Justin Verlander on the bump for the Giants. We have Luis Castillo going, so tune in for that. Thanks again for watching. Good sports. Go Mariners. Have a great rest of your night.